Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video with my M3. I'm here today at Swift Performance, of course, no other, with the car. And it's time to really give this car a bit of a birthday, a bit of an overhaul, because there's plenty of things which were actually highlighted by the guys here at Swift on the latest service, which do really need doing. I do actually have the bill here because on a strange turn of events, I'm actually collecting the car. So this video is a little bit backwards. Yeah, pretty hefty. This car's a daily driver for me. It gets used a lot. I've done about 20,000 miles in it in the time that I've had it, which is just over a year, and it does get enjoyed. But naturally, these cars are getting a little bit old now, and there are bits which do just perish. So what we do, because this video has been filmed in a little bit of a reverse order, we'll rewind back to when I delivered the car here to Swift a couple of days ago before any of the work was done. And later on, when part of the work is done, we'll catch up with Tim and take it from there. And then once that's all done, we'll go through this bill, which, as I mentioned, is on 2 different pages. So yeah, we'll rewind back a couple of days to when I delivered the car. We'll touch base again in the present time to basically go through all of this. Ourselves back a little bit then, just dropping off the M3 to the new Swift Performance HQ. See Tim on the tools. Back there we've got a lovely E92 M3 over there, proper track spec one. But yeah, first time I've been to the new unit, of course been to the old unit multiple times. Mileage then was 82,900. That was at the end of March, literally 2.5 months later. 86,300 miles. This car has done a Nürburgring trip along with a lot of other motorway miles. It is my daily driver, as we all know, but actually quite conveniently on the way here, we've had a brake pad wear indicator come up for the front. That was obviously something which we're going to get done. The brake setup is all being changed. Unfortunately not to anything upgraded. This car really doesn't get driven that hard that much, but we've got new discs and pads going on up front. I mean, if we zoom in here, they are some pretty cracked discs. I think it's actually a little bit worse on this side. Not great at all. We're also getting brand new calipers as well, because basically when Tim and Russ were having a look at the car, they said the dust seals had gone on the pistons within the caliper. They either need reconditioning or just buy some new reconditioned ones. So I bought 2 new reconditioned front calipers as well. Rear discs and pads also going to be done as well. Reason for that, annoyingly, you may remember in previous videos I've had the dreaded rear caliper binding on both rear calipers. However, what I didn't realise at the time is it actually meant that the discs became slightly warped. That I thought was actually from the front, because they are quite worn anyway. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was the 2 rear ones which are warped, so that's why we're getting 2 new discs and pads on the rear. As well as that, my offside engine mount is gone, and I will say at this stage, we will go through everything when I pick the car up. When we kind of fast forward back to real time, we'll go through everything which has been done. But yeah, it gets used. It gets used. Having a look at the front of the car, quite a few flies that we have mullered on the front as well. My splitter not in the best of conditions. That yeah, is going to be sorted soon, that is for sure. But yes, I'll leave the car in the capable hands of Tim, Russ, Josh and the team at Swift. We'll see in a couple of days when we come back, collect the car. All the work would have been done. We'll have a chat through it and everything else from there. Now, a slightly unplanned section of this video. You're probably wondering, why are you in the A45S? Why have you got a load of tyres in the back? And why am I not at Swift Performance? I will be at Swift Performance in a minute, and you may remember literally just a moment ago I was speaking through basically what's going to be done to the car whilst it's at Swift. The new calipers are items which I actually sourced myself. I didn't want to lumber the guys at Swift to have to source a set of refurbished calipers which would suit my requirements or whatever, so I did it myself. You could probably see where this is going. They're in my footwell because I forgot to take them. Now I was actually not going to put this in the video, but I thought, you know what, sometimes things just don't go to plan, and why not give you guys the opportunity to laugh at my misfortune, because I now have a 3-hour round trip to go and deliver them. Yeah, I apologise to the guys at Swift for maybe delaying the process a little bit. Apologies guys, I'm on my way as soon as I can. But yeah, all in all, really not ideal. Bit of a kind of face palm moment. I come bearing gifts. So, caliper delivery has been completed. This is Tim, by the way. We've got Russ over there. I don't think you guys have actually been on the channel before, so welcome. So. Obviously, we've done a few bits together in the past, but I don't think I've ever dragged you onto the channel. So
on the 140.
Welcome. Yes, yeah. And a few little bits on this. But yeah, basically, whilst I'm here, we may as well have a look at some of the parts which we've got. Because obviously, since I dropped it off, there's been some work going on, mainly the strip down, I presume, and it all ready for some of the parts to go on. So these are some of the parts down here. Some slightly strange off-the-wall ones, like the backing plates, which, well, the OEM ones are kind of just a little bit rusty, but let's have a look at the brakes, because this was one concern, really, for me. So there we go. Dust seals pretty much perished, and that was one thing you noticed when
we had a little quick look over it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Spotted that they were all, basically, either somebody's got them quite hot, or they've just perished over time.
Yeah.
But realistically, I'd imagine they look like they've been melted. So somebody might have done a track day or two in them, and they've just melted the seals. So you went ahead and sourced some
reconditioned ones,
calipers,
which down in that box, which are obviously going to be fitted,
box there. I mean,
which are all nice and shiny.
You can believe him.
But obviously, whilst we're here as well, discs and pads are all being changed. So the OEM ones, I think I showed some of the guys the surface cracks in them, which are pretty bad in the rotors, especially up here, and obviously new shiny ones as well. OEM discs and pads going on, but yeah, what else are we doing as well?
Replacement drop links, just because all the boots started to come away.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't need any ingress in there with dirt and grime.
Yeah.
Both sides, you've got tie rod assemblies. Yours on the car, I would say, are original. And if I'm totally honest, 9 times out of 10 on the 92s and the E46s, the two parts are just so seized together. By the time you put additional heat into it, strip them apart, grease them, you may as well just buy some brand new ones from BMW and save the faff and the hassle.
Yeah. But I suppose the car at the moment is all pretty much stripped down.
Yeah, the rear,
hands off, calipers off.
That's it. On the front, we stripped it all ready for it, and the rear I'd cracked on last night.
Yeah.
Stripped it out, both of these rear lower ball joints. These are done already. Obviously stripped out all the toe bolts and camber bolts, Y-wheeled them, greased them all up. Both upper arms, they had free play in the outer ball joint, so they've been replaced both sides. Other than that, I believe you'd already done the caliper.
Yeah, both rear calipers were done pretty recently.
Yeah, so that, to be honest, on the rear is nearly there. Once we've rebuilt the rear brakes up with new handbrake shoes, etc., they'll be done. Then moving back down to the front to do your engine mounts.
Oh yeah.
Because one of them has totally failed. So when you accelerate away, you can actually feel the engine almost jump slightly.
That was literally the first thing you noticed. Because I remember when I brought this in for a service, you moved it in, you were like, oh, something's not right here. And I'm like, fab. Brilliant start.
So yeah, it might have been a hint of what's to follow. But we found a couple of bits. Yeah. Hence, you've come back to get all that rectified.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're all genuine parts, which we're all replacing it with. So obviously, all of this is going to be done whilst I leave the car here. Hopefully, I haven't forgot anything else. Don't think I have.
No, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything else that has cropped up as of yet. We still have some time.
Yeah, that's true. I'll get that call. I think, oh no.
I think maybe a new under tray may be on the cards as well. Because the original felt one.
Definitely a new splitter as well. That's pretty awful. But yeah, I'll leave it in your capable hands, and we'll catch up in a little while when it's all ready to collect.
Cheers.
Okay, we're back. The car is all done, all complete, and all ready to go, essentially. And I must say a huge thank you to the guys here at Swift Performance, Tim, Russ, and Josh, for just looking after the car, doing a super job. As always, they even cleaned the car for me, which I did not ask them to do and I did not pay them for. So thank you very much. I know the car's been in good hands. In fact, behind me there are plenty of other E92 M3s. But yes, this car has had a real birthday, a real overhaul, which it was due, but as I mentioned earlier on in the video, they're all parts which mainly just perish over time. A lot of the stuff which came off the car were the originals, things like some of the suspension, the tie rods, the engine mounts, things like that. as I mentioned, they're all original parts, so they had never been changed in what is nearly 90,000 miles. So just pop the ignition on a little bit so we can get a mileage update. 86,332 on the car at the moment, and as I mentioned, around 20,000 miles of those have been done by myself, and I've loved every minute. I think people do get a little bit scared with these cars because the maintenance can be pretty crazy, but this makes it all worth it. It really, really does. And as you can see, just how mint it is in here. So again, a huge thank you to the guys at Swift for, well, not only doing all the work, but also handing it back over to me in tip-top shape. Hopping in the car though to go through essentially what we've had done. Now the car's actually been here twice to Swift. Of course, this one, which we're just collecting the car from now, and there was one previous visit, but basically we did quote for everything to be done. We're just gonna start this up and get the aircon on because it is warm. So yeah, kind of rewinding again, when the car first came here, brought it here for service, spark plugs, and a bit of a health check. And that came to, I believe, just shy of £500, including labor and everything like that. Then what I did initially, the plan was to fit new discs and pads up front. So those were supplied and paid for before all of this, which was about £800. So that visit was about 1,300. I think it was 1,296 in total. But essentially what happened, we couldn't actually fit the discs and pads because both of the front calipers a little bit risky. So the dust seals had basically perished, meaning that I would risk then ruining my new discs and pads. So I paid for all of that, then came back for then those to be fitted along with the new calipers and everything else. And that is what we have here in front of us. As I mentioned, it does go over onto the other page as well. I mean, obviously we'll split it down between labor and parts. We'll do parts first, and it is worth noting that all of the parts were replaced with genuine BMW parts. As we mentioned as well, these are likely to be things which were factory, so never replaced before. For example, we have the two BMW engine mounts, the front drop links, the rear upper arms, the rear upper forward arms. There was some play in most of these, hence why these are all being replaced. The lower ball joints, again, seals and things had perished, meaning there's a bit of play in them. We have the front brake back plates, just as that they rust a lot. I think that's quite a known issue with E92s, so that was replaced. It's pretty cheap actually, £68.40 for that. The retaining bolts, the tie rod assemblies, two of those, £314.28 for that, microfilter and brake fluid, but that was done because I have done a Nürburgring trip, and the whole brake setup was all being replaced, including the calipers, so it's just good practice to do that. Of course, we have already paid for the front brake setup, but on the rear we have the rear discs, the rear pads, and the sensors and things like that. So I have replaced everything with OEM factory brakes. This car doesn't really get driven that hard that often. I didn't warrant paying basically that for a big brake kit, so we replaced factory, which still is pretty expensive. So the rear brake setup, the rear discs, 340 for rears. Then the rear pads, 200 quid for them as well. So you're over, well, 550 for that. But going on to the labour actually, going back over here, obviously the replacement engine mounts, the drop links, the upper arms, upper forward arms, lower ball joints, front calipers, which I supplied. I paid £300 for those off eBay. The back plates, the retaining bolts, the labour, obviously microfilter, brake fluid change, install rear discs and rear pads, and the wheel alignment. So a lot has been done to the car, I'll be honest, but you can see basically essentially everything which we've got here which has been done. And yeah, I mean, it was stuff which all needed to be done, and I'm glad I have, because I have actually driven the car very briefly, done a bit of a road test, and it is night and day already. But yes, not including the previous visit, this basically comes to £4,056.59. So including my other trip, we're looking at about £5,200 for all of this. That is M3 tax for you. Nearly £5,500 for all of that. And I'll be honest, these guys have absolutely smashed it out of the park. It's a really reasonable rate, and they look after me, which I'm entirely thankful for. But that is genuinely what I have paid and have done. But yeah, I want to get on the road with this thing and get some more miles on it, because I've missed it. It's actually been away for a little while. So yeah, we'll get it back on the road before wrapping up the video. There we are. Farewell to the guys at Swift for now. And do you know what? Literally just pulling away, you notice the fact that my engine mounts are not destroyed. Because before you'd get that notch. But yeah, I appreciate that most of the stuff done to the car is stuff that you can't see. It's underneath. But yeah, a massive thank you, of course, to the guys, as always, for everything that they've done on the car. God, it does. It feels so much tighter now. Now that all the suspension components, bushes and everything are just not all over the place. I've missed that noise. It's honestly such a fun car, and you know what? Like, I've never had a car before which has costed me this much to run. I will do a proper like costs video at some point to run through how much it has costed me to run this car for a year every day. If that's something you want to see, let me know. But yeah, it's just one of those cars I've always wanted to have, and to finally have that box tick and to have the ability to use it every day is just the best. Oh, it is brilliant. Anyway, I know that this video probably is a little bit long and it's been a little bit all over the place, so apologies for that. But again, a massive thank you to the guys at Swift Performance. I'll leave all their details down in the description down below. But for me today, that is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for all the adventures still to come.